Hey everyone, and welcome back to Sean Synapse. Alright, I know it's been a while, but I missed you guys and I am back. Okay, let's get right to the trivia question from last time. Hold on. Does anybody remember the trivia question from last time? Wait, I do. It's right here. This former Kentucky Wildcat played in the 1966 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship against Texas Western. He also went on to be a player in the NBA, a head coach in the NBA, and is currently an NBA executive. The answer is Pat Riley, and he has 9 total rings between being a player, an executive, and a coach. In 1972, he won an NBA ring as a player with the Los Angeles Lakers. He's won 5 NBA titles as a head coach. 4 with the Lakers in the 80s, and 1 with the Miami Heat in 2006. He was also the NBA executive for the Miami Heat in 2006. He's won 3 titles as an NBA executive, all with the Miami Heat in 2006, 2012, and 2013. So for all of you that said Pat Riley, good job. All right, let's talk some football. Can you believe that after this weekend, we're already halfway through the football season? That's crazy. I can't believe we're already almost halfway through the football season. So, who's the number 1 team in the NFL? Fly, Eagles, fly. That's right. The Philadelphia Eagles lead the NFL with the best record of 6-1. This is actually their second best start in franchise history. Their best start in franchise history came back in 2004 when they started 7-0. Do you remember who was on that team? Donovan McNabb, Terrell Owens, Brian Dawkins, and they went all the way to the Super Bowl and lost to the Patriots 24-21. Carson Wentz is on a tear this year. He leads the league in touchdowns with 17. He's got over 1,800 yards passing and only 4 interceptions. He is clearly an MVP favorite so far. Now, does anybody know he is on pace to throw 40 touchdowns and only 9 interceptions this season? Does anybody know the last Eagles quarterback to throw 40 touchdowns in a season? That's right, nobody. So Carson Wentz can make history this year as a Philadelphia Eagle. Now, I know the Eagles have dealt with some major injuries this season, losing Jason Peters and Darren Sproles and Jordan Hicks, and the injuries are part of the game. We all get that. So that's why there are a few teams that I think could give the Eagles a run for their money to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. The first one is within the division. That's right. I think the Dallas Cowboys, even though they are 3-3, can still, if they make the playoffs, can still make some noise and give the Eagles fits. They've got a great young quarterback in Dak Prescott. They've got a great running back in Zeke Elliott. Now, obviously, his suspension is on hold, so we've got to see how that plays out. But I still think Darren McFadden and Alfred Morris could hold the running game down for the Cowboys. They got one of the hardest receivers in the game to guard in Dez Bryant, and they've got the ageless Jason Witten, who's I think one of the best tight ends in NFL history. And that defense is giving up a lot of points, but if Sean Lee stays on the field and stays healthy, watch out for the Cowboys. The other team that I think could give the Eagles a run for their money is going to be the team that leads the NFL in scoring. The number 1 offense. Is it the Saints? No. Is it the Falcons? No. Is it the Lions? No. It's the Los Angeles Rams. What? The LA Rams lead the NFL in points and offense? That's right. They've got a great young quarterback in Jared Goff. They've got a fantastic running back in Todd Gurley. That defense is phenomenal. They've got Aaron Donald. And they've got the youngest head coach in Sean McVay at the age of 31. Plus, they play in the NFC West. So watch out for the Rams. The other team that I think can make some noise in the NFC, and this is obviously because Aaron Rodgers is out for the year, but I think is the Minnesota Vikings. And I know they've got a carousel at quarterback. They don't know if Bradford's healthy. They don't know if Bridgewater's going to play. But Case Keenum is holding it down in Minnesota. And I know they've lost Dalvin Cook for the year, the star running back from Florida State. But that defense is Super Bowl caliber ready. That defense could give anybody fits. So watch out for the Vikings. And finally, the other team that I think could knock the Eagles off from the number 1 seed or in the playoffs is going to be a team that's been there before and, the recent years, is the Seattle Seahawks. I know their offense is struggling a little bit, but that defense is just stout. And I think highly of Russell Wilson. I think he's a great, great player. So those are the teams that I think could represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Now, over on the other side, it's a little more simple. It's not as complex as the NFC. I've got the Patriots, obviously, because they are reigning Super Bowl champions, and they've got the ageless wonder at 40 years old in Tom Brady, and they've got one of the best coaches, I think, in NFL history, Bill Belichick, and that offense is just loaded. Now, I know the defense has been struggling a lot. So if the defense turns it around, yes, folks, the Patriots will be back in the Super Bowl. But here are a couple teams that I think could knock the Patriots off, especially if the Patriots have to go on the road in the playoffs. The first one is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know Ben Roethlisberger had a bad game with 5 interceptions not too long ago, and he was contemplating if he still got it. Trust me, folks, Ben Roethlisberger still has it, especially with the weapons around him. He's got the best running back in Le'Veon Bell in football, and he's got the best wide receiver in Antonio Brown. And, so watch out for the Steelers. The other team that I think can make some noise is the Kansas City Chiefs. I know they're always under the radar every year, but Alex Smith is just being Alex Smith this year. He's having another great year. And Kareem Hunt, the rookie from Toledo, leads the league in rushing, and he is just a stud. And then, of course, they have a head coach that has been to the playoffs a lot. He was recently with the Philadelphia Eagles, is Andy Reid. So those are the 3 teams that I think could represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. So there's my football talk for the day. So why don't we end the show with a football trivia question for you folks? And it's about NFL helmets. Now, the helmets are supposed to represent the city that they play in or the mascot. It's supposed to represent the team they play for and something like that. So your trivia question for the day is, now don't overthink this, what does the G stand for on the Packers helmet? Tune in next time for the answer. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Get your friends to watch. Keep subscribing. I'm out of here.